Hello and welcome to Manor Lords, a brand new city builder from developer Slavic Magic and publisher Hooded Horse, who have kindly given me special early access to the game in order to check it out and see what Manor Lords is all about. I've taken the liberty of poking around a little bit in advance, but let's go ahead and dive in for our first real playthrough and see if we can survive our first year. So I'll go ahead and check out the new game menu here. So what we have access to now is a little bit of a portrait selection, and we can make a coat of arms as well. We got a bunch of different patterns and things we can pop on here, really customize it the way we want. But they also let me know that there is a custom option, which of course I've gone ahead and done. So now you get to look at my face on the banners as soon as we get into combat, which is all sorts of fun. But we're going to go ahead. Look, we got Peter here, has a magnificent beard. And you know, on this channel, that's absolutely what we've got to be about. So we'll go ahead and pick him and hit continue. And we have a couple different scenarios we can pick here. I'm going to go for Rise to Prosperity, and we'll probably eventually go through most of the rest of this stuff. But I'm just going to leave default settings. Whatever the devs have in mind is fine by me. You can see there's a bunch of different parameters you can change if you feel so inclined. But we're just going to go ahead and begin. Alright, so here we find ourselves with the bare minimum start. Looks like we got a couple of tents and a little pile of goods. We got an ox right here, whose name is Lawrence, apparently. I've been told that the oxen are very important in terms of transporting goods around, and we're going to want to get these people out of tents pretty quick. But before we do that, let's go ahead and read this new message here, see what they're having to say for us. So this is basically telling us our victory conditions. Want to get to large town. Got a lot to do to get there. Basic stuff. Everything in the game is built around the idea of different families contributing different jobs and different roles in the town. So we'll see up here as we get people in, different stats will change. We'll have access to assign people into different spots. But at the core, every family needs food and fuel to survive. They're going to consume 1 food and 2 fuel monthly, usually. Maybe 1 to 2 fuel, it depends, it varies, summer, winter, whatever have you. And this is our supply indication, which is telling us right now, based off of what we have, we can last 4 months with fuel, or food, excuse me, and there's no fuel consumption because, well, we haven't actually started cooking or making fires or anything. So, very first thing we want to do before we actually build anything, let's take a look-see around our region here. So we actually have this huge map view. And right now we're in control of this one region. I can't... Goldhof, that's what this is. I was about to say, hey, this thing's blocking me in here. But here's the resources we have access to right now. We've got berry deposits, some wild animals, clay deposit, stone deposit, iron deposits, and then this is where we actually started here. And of course there's trees absolutely everywhere that we can cut down for either lumber, or I guess rather timber, which we can make into lumber, or firewood, all sorts of other stuff. And then of course these neighboring provinces, regions, whatever you want to call them, are going to have resources as well. And eventually there's going to be some sort of a diplomacy, trade, and maybe combat stuff we need to take care of. But for right now, we just want to go ahead and get started. So very first thing we're going to want to do is get these people out of these tents. And all of our construction stuff and different interfaces are down here. And of course it's going to have all sorts of tips and stuff that we can read as they pop up. We looked at resource deposits already on the map. Soil fertility we haven't yet. So we're going to want to do that before we put any actual buildings down. And we have a bunch of overlays here. We have access to underground water. So this is basically everywhere we can put like a well, and there's probably other buildings later on that we can do that with too. Different fertilities for different types of crops. It seems like this emmer is going to be very good to grow here. Flax, more down in this region. Barley, kind of in the center. Rye, pretty much anywhere. And then there's other overlays as well that are in the process of getting done here. But we take a look at our different things, and it seems like pretty much everything that we're wanting to grow is going to be growable in this general area down here. This emmer is basically completely everywhere outside of a couple spots. We actually got a really good plot for farming, which is nice. We also need to keep in mind all the different stuff that we have to do with other resources. We don't want to kind of box ourselves in. We also have these roads to contend with everywhere. Just try to be cognizant of things as we're going about our business. But getting water set up is probably going to be a very, very good early thing to do. But before we build any houses, we have to make sure we can still have wood. Because right now we have 8 timber. We need to be able to get more, which is where the logging camp comes in. So different buildings in this game, from what I can tell, are going to have different interactions with the environment and different interactions with logistics, transportation, roads. So we can rotate our logging camp however we want. It doesn't really seem to matter. And put it in the general vicinity of a whole bunch of trees. We can also snap things to roads that already exist. But I don't think we want to get into that too much quite yet. So I'm going to pick a spot maybe right up against the forest here. Put our logging camp. And they're going to get these guys to work pretty quick here. We can actually take a look-see. Watch Lorenz here, I guess I can call him by name. Hauling some logs around, and everybody just kind of does their own stuff. The game has a lot of really cool detail animations. And I'm going to try to show off as much of that as I can. I was very impressed with a little bit of poking I did earlier. But what it ends up doing is it drags these logs up here. And it does take some time to get stuff done. But then the guys who are doing construction will actually build stuff piece by piece. Kind of like what we've seen in some other games. Most notably Ostrov, when we were really into playing that earlier on last year. All the buildings have individual board by board construction. And this game's no different. They've done a really, really good job with that. But you can kind of see as they get going here, each individual piece shows up and gets added to the buildings, and then they get completed, and then you can assign people to work there. Yes, we'll just... And they also have dialogue that's kind of fun. So, some pretty witty sayings these guys come up with. But we'll go ahead and let them get this rocking and rolling here. This is just telling us what we already knew about the oxen trying to move timber. And there's livestock management and all sorts of other stuff we can get into as well later on. Yeah. And here again it tells you in almost all cases resources have to be physically moved. It can take a moment so we can change the game speed if we feel like it. There's plenty of other stuff to get into. I just love watching all the buildings come together piece by piece like this. It's something else. If we speed it up, of course, then they'll take care of all that as well. But there's no need to leave that in turbo mode quite yet. So it's telling us it has no assigned families, which means we have to either assign a family manually or it will automatically pick one for us. Human workforce has to be assigned by default. Livestock workforce is shared between workplaces, but we can bind a specific bit of livestock to a specific workplace if we so choose. We have currently just one ox, so that's fine. So assigning families normally would be clicking on their house or burgage plot, which we haven't built yet. But we can also just, automatically assign one. So let's assign somebody to work in the logging camp. Get that wood coming in as best we can. We've got a overview of our construction materials now that we have some things actually set up. 6 timber, 20 stone, 10 tools. We will have to gather or make all of this different stuff as time goes on, but there's plenty of work to be done. So before time gets away from us, let's go ahead and take a look at all the different stuff here. Of course, our burgage plots, that's basically just your houses. We also have churches, corpse pit, taverns, other things that are going to be unlocked. Logistics resources, we can make granaries, we can make storehouses, pack stations for trading, hitching posts for livestock, and then of course mining, which we saw. Gathering is probably going to be most of our early game focus. We got our logging camp, which we just built. Woodcutter's Lodge is going to make firewood. Saw pit, as one might expect, turns timber into planks. And the forester's hut plants new trees, which we don't need to worry about quite yet, but we don't want to let the deforestation get too far away from us. We'll keep an eye on it. Right now, in terms of food, it says we have 4 months of food, but we want to get on that immediately. So we can either build a hunting camp or a forager hut. There's also, in residential, we can make marketplaces where they can trade different things that they get. And there's also a whole farming tab. So we can make a field, we can have a farmhouse to employ families to work in the field. So before we build any houses, and we do have to do it, we have 5 families that are homeless. I want to try and get a start on some farming. So let's actually make a field. And this is kind of describing how the different plots work. There's a bunch of different controls for corners and orientation and everything. Pretty straightforward. So we just need to decide where we're going to put fields. And here it's given us a note. It says, fields in Manor Lords need to be very large to be effective, but can also take a long time to plow by hand. For starting village, try for a field size of about 1 morgan. Don't know why it's called that. That's what they chose to name it. There's probably some historical significance I don't know about, but that's fine. And then there's also later developments and stuff we can put into that. We already looked at fertility. Emmer seems to be what we're going to be going with first. We don't want to mess with our mining plots or whatever. But let's go ahead. Maybe in this this general area over here, we have our plots. That's about one morgan right there. We can just go ahead and have him build that. And now, I guess there's supposed to be a graphic here. The game still is in early development, so some stuff's not going to be completely finished. It says farmhouses employs family who work on the fields. Workforce is distributed proportionally in accordance with the field set priority level. And then crop rotation, all that jazz should be good to go. We'll go ahead and build a farmhouse. This arrow, this white arrow that shows up, is talking about road connections. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this right about, maybe right about here, so they can still get to the backside of stuff. This is the field entrance. I guess it probably doesn't really matter, but that is, looks like an area they could go get into something like that. But they're going to go ahead and build this farmhouse here. And that, of course, will house families that will be working there. Probably to start, we'll just put 1. But if we can get a field actually growing stuff the first year, that's going to be huge. That's going to be absolutely huge. We can hunt and we can forage and all that stuff, but having grain the first year is going to be nice. Assuming we can get it to work. And it is kind of far away, but I wanted to make sure we weren't blocking anything and weren't taking any trees away. So these guys will be fine right there. Now we've got logging going on, and we still have 5 families that need somewhere to live. So now that they're in the process of working on that, we can go ahead, focus on building burgage plots. And most importantly, one of the original things I was going to get at that we haven't done yet is putting in a well. So everyone can have access to water, which of course goes on our little overlay there. And then burgage plots. This is another big one, folks. We've got to be able to have these people, you know, have somewhere to exist. So if we put in these right here, you'll see, oh, it says not enough goods because we don't have enough wood to do 3 of these, but it has those houses, and then that little plus thing, that is actually an extension that you can eventually upgrade the houses to have in the backyard so they can raise animals or have different gardens and all sorts of different stuff. But right now we don't have enough wood to actually make this work. So let's go ahead, turbo through this a little bit, let them gather some more, and then we'll see what we can get to. And now we have some status things. We have exposed goods and exposed goods for food-wise. We got to get a handle on. But right now it's spring, so we shouldn't run into too much. We take a look at our season breakdown thing here. It just says rains a whole lot in spring. Seasonal deposits regrow in the summer. Crops grow, which is why I wanted to have the farm taken care of so early. But I'm going to go ahead and grow wheat. See if these guys will get to work doing all this. You can see, I mean, I just love the individual construction. Like, look at the graphics in this. This looks beautiful. Absolutely fantastic looking game. And now we do have to see, yeah, see here they come with more pieces of wood and all that other stuff. It looks like they need 1 more log to make it work. Oh, we have some timber, so we can probably actually start making burgage plots. But I really want to make sure we start planting some food. Mercenary companies available. We're not going to be worried about that quite yet. Yeah, so now it's telling us, oh no, your supplies are getting wet. Well, we're going to fix that. Come on. You got to give me a little bit of a benefit of a doubt here. Take a look at our logistics. We have access to granaries and storehouses. Let's build a granary first. maybe right about here-ish. And then a storehouse, also going to be important. We'll put that there. And then we'll build burgage plots and other stuff in this general area. We'll have to have a marketplace as well. But right now, I'm focused on getting this farmhouse done. The well's finished, so now they can have access to water. As soon as the granary's done, then they'll start putting the different food items in there as we get those. And now we're starting to run out of food. So we're going to have to, that's the army one. Let's come out of turbo speed. And let's go into, where was it again? Farming, or was it under, yeah, it was under gathering. Hunting camp. You can see eventually there's, yeah, see there's wild animals over here. We're going to want to have the hunting kind of in the vicinity, but not inside because it'll make those animals move away. But we want to be kind of in the vicinity of that. You can see these berries up here. I want to make sure we're being cognizant of how all this stuff kind of fits together. Yeah, so let's just pop that right there. Then a forager hut as well. Maybe turn this around, face back this way, see if there's any... there we go. And then, of course, we'll have to assign families to that as time goes by. But we need to get these guys actually making stuff. Okay, see, we have all the goods here. So we can just get them to come in and actually finish this. Yeah, it looks like it's all hands on deck to finish the farmhouse. And then, hopefully, we can assign some families and get this field plowed, because it is April. Sowing season. Yeah, farmhouse is done. Nice looking building here. That's a little bit of a stretch to get up those lack of stairs there. Now we have space for 8 families, and I've got 5 homeless families. I'm going to go ahead and assign for right now just the 1, so they can start working on that. If the field is not set to fallow, workers will plow it and sow the crop as soon as possible. Yield will increase as it grows and harvested in September during the harvest season. Got it. So actually, we don't have that much else done right now. Let's get 3 families in here. Try to do this as fast as we can. Obviously, they still need somewhere to live, but this right here, the 2 months worth of food is not ideal. We want to fix that problem as soon as we can. So for the meantime here, logging camp has the 1 family there. We only have 1 family remaining who is currently doing construction. So as other things get built, we will have to pull some people away from the farm to get them to do all that. But you can see right here we got people sowing with various, or not sowing, I guess these guys are plowing by hand. You got 4 or 5 people in here doing this. Wonder how fast they can go. Is it only going to be these 5 doing it? Yeah, it's going to take them quite some time. Okay, no, we have 6 people doing this. Yeah, but basically, as soon as they're done with this, if it's a season in which they can grow, they're going to. Just want to give them a little bit of a fighting chance so they can make sure that some sort of food is going to be grown here. Yeah, so we can leave them to that for a little bit. Looks like the granary's finished. Did I lose my place already? Yes, here we are. So we should have, at some point, food get stored in here, but we have to have a family assigned to it, which we kind of don't. So here's basically all of our food just sitting out there next to the homeless people's tents, which we're working on. Oh, we can upgrade this? Why didn't we do that already? Yeah, let's do that immediately. It says we're running out of food. Of course, to get more population, we have to have burgage plots. But now we have a hunting camp. I'm actually going to go ahead and have 1 family come in here for hunting. It says we have 0 months worth of food left. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take 1 family away from this because they've mostly plowed this. Yeah, they're about 60-ish% through plowing. But we need people to come in here and start doing hunting camp stuff immediately. And this will give them rudimentary housing, at least for right now. Because we were trying to get our logistics and stuff all sorted out here. Yeah, now they got little A-frame structures. Not too bad. We need fuel, which means we have to bring out a woodcutter's lodge. Give ourselves a little bit of a chance here. Pop that right there. Yeah. Yeah, not too bad. We'll be able to hopefully get some of this stuff taken care of sooner rather than later. These guys are they're still plowing by hand. We got dits. Is that intentional? Who's over here? Katharina making some plowing action here. Yeah, I kind of wish it wouldn't have told me to make this big of a field early in the game. But, you know, it is what it is. Now, our hunting, I think, I don't really know exactly where these people are. I guess I could, oh no, it's going to tell me. Okay. So they're actually making their way through the woods. We can kind of follow them around. They've got a, looks like they got bow and arrow and a pitchfork each. Something to that effect. Stalking prey. The level of detail in this is really impressive. Alright, so drawing and pulling bows. Look at all these deer and elk or something. Oh, hungry families. I know, we're working on it. We're working on it. Just the amount of detail. The amount of detail for this is just staggering. Very, very, very impressive. So we'll leave them to that. They can take care of all their stuff. The plowing seems to be quite the lengthy affair here. Still nothing in the granary. We got nothing in the storehouse. These people are occupied, I suppose. Forager's hut. I'm going to go ahead and just send another family to the forager's hut, just so we can so we can have some sort of food coming in here, because we are out. We are out of food, and they're going to be quite upset if they don't have anything to eat. So we'll let them take care of that. Meanwhile, these guys need to get a little bit of a move on here. Plowing by hand. I wish we had extra livestock to take care of this, but we don't. That's the way it goes. Our approval rating is only at 44%, which is definitely not ideal. Okay, we have to have a market area for the stall. I forgot to put that in, so let's do that real quick. Because the way this market mechanic works, I think, is nice. We've got, let's see, is that under residential? Yes, there we go. So the marketplace is basically just a big plot that you can pop in most anywhere. You just have to have enough space for them to put in different things. You can see all those little plus signs. That's basically all of the spots where they can set up a stall. So I'm going to go ahead and do that little bit right there. We can have 15 market stall locations. We'll hit build, and then, like this is saying, it's going to set up stalls automatically. Whoever is either foraging or creating goods or farming or whatever, that can just come up, set up a stall, and then people can come and purchase from them. Very convenient, as long as it's centrally located, ostensibly. So there we go. And then these guys coming from over here will obviously have to have their stuff trekked, but we want this to be closer to all the storage and, most importantly, the houses that we will eventually be building just as soon as they take care of all this plowing here. They're taking their sweet time. But now we got 5 people working on this now, which is nice. All right, so somebody built a food stall. And then in a moment, I imagine there will also be for firewood. Once we get that up and running, we just need more families. And after they've finished plowing and maybe a little bit of sowing, we can put one of these guys in that woodcutter camp to make firewood. So it looks like, yep, they're sowing. Gives us an option to burn the field. Wow. I guess that's for, maybe if you're going to get raided and you don't want your enemies to get your supplies. But yep, it's started growing, they're sowing, and now it says we have 2 months of food, which is good. Kind of came back from the brink there. Trying to do a little bit of min-maxing in our first year. Make sure we can survive. But yeah, they're going to get done with this sowing, and then we can send these guys, and, well, one of the families at least, to go do something else. Alright, it's at 98, 99, 100%. Okay, so we'll come out of turbo speed here. Gonna unassign one of the families, and now we have someone can actually come and do construction, which we need them to come and do for the Woodcutter's Lodge. So we'll go ahead and let them come over here now that we have some actual supplies taken care of. Start making some firewood, and then we can supply for the winter, because, you know, it's always going to be looming on us here. It says seasonal resources are gone, firewood consumption doubles, and lack of firewood might cause freezing. So, definitely want to avoid that if at all possible. But look at this, look at this. We got food for 7 months. Now that these foragers and everybody are taking care of stuff. Woodcutter's Lodge is done, and we got a food stall. So, before we assign those guys to anything, let's go ahead and build some burgage plots, finally in June. Those of you who are a little bit more experienced in the game may be upset with me. I'm choosing to do this, but we're having a good time anyway. Gonna give plenty of space for 4. Actually, if we make it deep enough, we can give everybody their own backyard expansion plot. Yeah, look at that. So we'll go ahead and build 4 burgage plots. Get them in here to do that, and then being right next to the market's going to be nice. Good access to these jobs here. Also going to be good. So let's see exactly what these guys can get up to. Building all of this stuff. Of course, the ox has to do what the ox has to do. There's only one for now. But as these families each get their own individual plot, then they can grow, they can do other things. We can upgrade them to artisans once basic needs are met. But yeah, in here, like the tooltip is saying, homeless people will move to the plot. If approval is high enough, we'll get immigrants. Right now it's 49%. I don't think that's high enough, but it will massively improve as soon as we have housing for everybody. And we can actually take a look at the needs here. If we build a church, they're going to have all their amenities met for level 1. If they have access to buy firewood, then that helps as well. Clothing, everything as we continue going along in our little journey here. But we also have a tab to do just looking at general storage and however many people are living in here. And then we can construct backyard extensions. We can tell them, hey, you're going to have a vegetable garden, a chicken coop, goat shed, and all these other things that get unlocked as we get further along. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and tell these people vegetable garden, chicken coop, and then they're going to have, oh, we don't have enough wealth, it says. Well, we'll get there. The whole thing's a process, right? There's a lot of stuff we have to get done, a lot of moving parts. And got to learn as we go, but that's a whole lot of the fun of this, is figuring out how stuff works. Yeah, it's not going to let me pick either of these yet, but we'll see what happens. We see the vegetable garden here, and these guys, of course, can sell it in the marketplace and make a little bit of money, and everyone else can buy food. Granary doesn't have any food stored. The storehouse now has some hides, probably from the hunters. We've got supplies of stone, and then we have the hitching post. We really should have a stable for the livestock, but let's take a look at the farmhouse. We got this one family here. We can do different types of stuff here. It's growing wheat. 14% growth. We can force early harvest at any point, well, after 15%, in case we were ever in some sort of emergency here. But now, let's see, it's July. We've got some burgage plots. We definitely could have some more, and we will build some more. The other stuff we haven't gotten into quite yet. We haven't built a tavern, haven't built a church. We don't have any planks with which to build a wooden church. So we have to have our logging camp able to supply the, go into gathering, the saw pit, which we have not made. I'm not really sure what these dots are around everything, but I will go ahead and I will just kind of attach this right off to the side here. And they'll, I guess it's literally a pit for sawing wood. Alright, cool. That works. Roll the log over the pit, get a guy in there and get the saw going. Just like that. That exact sound. No need to hire Foley artists. I'm available 24/7. But the other stuff we can get to, we haven't really messed with yet. We're not regrowing trees. Because there's a lot of stuff we've already cut down. We might want to replant, but we don't have the families yet. We want to make sure that we have enough space to do so. So let's go ahead. We can build some more burgage plots. We've got extra space there. We've also got space here. Town layout. I'm not entirely sure what the best course of action is for that yet, but right now I think I'm just going to go ahead and put in, maybe right here we'll put in another 4, just like this. We've got the wood to do it. But just kind of create clusters of things. Might make sense. There's stuff we haven't gotten into. Administration, we can do maybe later. Trading post, if we felt like trading. If we have a livestock trading post, we can get more livestock. And there's also cosmetic stuff where we can erase shrubberies and all that good stuff. But industry, we have all sorts of stuff we haven't even gotten a chance to get into yet. But once we get into actually mining, doing refining and stuff, then we're going to have all sorts of goods we can make and ostensibly trade as well. We can do sheep farms, of course, if we import them from the livestock trader. Windmills combine grain into flour. And we're about to harvest, so why don't we go ahead? Why don't we go ahead and build a windmill? It'll give us our efficiency. Let's see, it's going to be 96%, 94, 100% here, but we might want to have a field up there. Or maybe not, because that's a, what was this right here? Stone deposit. Okay. I like the idea of the 100% efficiency. How close can I get to the, I guess? If I rotate it that way, it's probably fine to put, right about there. How's our growth? We're at 16%. Okay. So that works there. I think they're going to be working on building this stuff. We'll go ahead and speed this up a little bit. Definitely want to get some more families in here ASAP so we can have other jobs get worked. Once we have the opportunities, I'm sure they'll come in. It's like, I love watching the construction on this. It just looks fantastic. They've done such a great job. So now we have a development point. We haven't really messed with any of that yet. So let's slow this back down a little bit. So we have a bunch of other stuff we can do in this that we haven't even begun to explore yet. But we can get different development points for specializations and different priorities we want to have. Like for right now, double capacity berry deposits. We can do beekeeping, we can do trapping, we can do all sorts of other trading stuff. There's different animal husbandry, and then you know, just different paths you can take. We're not going to commit to anything quite yet. We also have policies and different production. Obviously, something is going to show up here once we actually have some of that, but there's a lot of opportunities in this game. I think it would be very, very appealing. So these guys are the ones that have a vegetable garden. These guys have a chicken coop. These guys, we can't assign anything because we don't have enough wealth. I don't really know how we're going to get more without trading, so maybe we just kind of leave that alone for right now. But now, yeah, see, we shouldn't really have 5 families living in the worker camp because they should be in these houses, and I think they are. Oh no, nobody's living in the houses here. Why is that? Why is that? You got to get out of here, man. Is it my fault for having the worker camp here? It might be. We've got a woodcutter's lodge. See, I have all this extra space. Maybe they'll actually come in here, but I need to make sure these houses are built before I have them go and work in the woodcutter area. Yeah, because we have burgage plots. Maybe I just have to demolish the camp instead of letting it upgrade. Yeah, there's just the one left here. Yeah, see if they can get this finished. Because it is July. We definitely want to get some firewood before the end of the year here.
Hey, where are the pegs?
Yeah, where are the pegs? You tell me. Give me a hammer and something that needs to not move. A+. A+ dialogue. Alright, so, the workers' camp has nothing stored in here. I think they're just sleeping in these little A-frames. Like, you got these nice houses here. Stop it. Alright, so that's gone. Now the people actually have to live in the house. Oh, the horror. Now we got space. We got space for 8 families, and we have 5. So hopefully we can start attracting some people here. Let's add a family to the woodcutter's lodge. Fast forward a little bit, see what we can get accomplished here. Unassigned families needed for construction. I know we're trying to entice more to come in. It just takes time. We got a bunch of stuff on our plate. Early game seems to be a challenge here, but I think we'll be okay. How's all of our... Oh, look at this. Wheat is looking pretty good. Running out of fuel, huh? We have 15 months worth of food. Okay, well the firewood's going to not be a problem before too long. Wheat is at 28%. Harvesting will take place in September. Does it tell us how far through August we are? I don't think so. I need them to make some firewood. Okay, here we go. Yeah, we maybe should have done this a little sooner, but I really, really wanted to have farm stuff the first year. That may have been a mistake, but we'll see. We got a firewood stall, we got a food stall. Alright, off to a good start. Approval rating is not great, but you know, it is trending up. Fuel is trending up as well. Yeah, we need one unassigned family, but we got space. Everybody come on in. Now the general warehouse goods, can I force these to go into Okay, I don't think stone's going to get weather damaged personally. At least not without it being there for hundreds of years for erosion. Do we have, and the granary actually has some berries. Okay, so there's a little bit of food, and the storehouse has some hides in there. Oh, good, we got a new family moving in, so now they can actually do the construction. Build that windmill so that can be ready for the harvest. It seems like they're already... Yeah, okay, so we only got 35% crop growth before they started harvesting, which is unfortunate, but we don't have the animals to actually do the plowing. That's going to be probably something we'll have to do next time. But, yeah, we got pasture space for livestock. Why don't we just give them a little bit of a space right here. 19 pasture space. There we go. But we don't have anywhere to put those guys. Communal oven. Oh, use flour to make... Well, let's do that. Let's make an oven. Seems like something they would very much like to have access to. Or maybe it doesn't need to be right exactly here. I don't know. We'll just put that in the middle of the houses, because why not? I wonder why... Okay, so these numbers go down. That's actually kind of funny. I don't know if that's intended or not. But I guess that tells you how much of the field is left. Yeah, it actually pretty much adds up. 88% harvested, 89, 90. Yep, that's exactly what that is. That's kind of funny. Generic storage is full. Or, okay. The saw pit. Oh, that's just logs. That's fine. Alright, we got another family moving in. Look at us. We're getting somewhere. We're making it work.
A fresh start.
And we should see... Yeah, here we go. Getting the wheat in here. And then I guess we can grind the wheat into flour. That's looking good. Food, 14 months. Fuel, 3 months. I don't want to put an entire family in the windmill just yet. But I think we do need to get some sort of flour started here. And here we go, communal ovens. Before we get too far, let's slow this back down a bit. Storehouse, generic storage is fine. We probably do need to have another storage up here for all of this stuff. So why don't we, yeah, why don't we do that? We'll put, if I can get used to how this has to go in. There we go. We'll put a generic storage right next to all this, and we probably need to start replanting some trees. So we're getting kind of far into stuff here. So that's under, yep, Forester's Hut. So we want them... Meat here, get your meat here. I told you the dialogue was funny in this game. So now, I don't think... Oh, I hope they're not plowing again in October. Because they're going to have to replow. Or maybe there's some sort of mechanic that that demands they do that. Now, we have a pasture for livestock. We just don't have any livestock. We haven't done livestock trading yet. I mean, food-wise, we're looking great. Fuel is only the real question mark right now. Just got to get some more families in here. Get stuff taken care of. Ideally, get a couple more oxen, but that seems like stuff that we're going to want to get to next time. We just need to focus on getting through the winter here. Make sure that's all good to go. And we have some firewood. So I guess that's fine. We'll just fast forward a little bit, see what we can get accomplished here. We will need to build some more burgage plots pretty quick. Now, can I assign any more? No, I don't have enough wealth. I guess I just have to have more wealth. Okay, so that storehouse is done. That's going to help a little bit. We just have the one burgage plot not occupied. But all the rest of the construction's fine. Yeah, we only got 22 wheat for that entire year worth of growing, but hey, it's better than nothing. Winter is approaching. Yes, it is. It's October. Food-wise, we're looking great. Fuel is still a little bit of a concern. So since we have an extra family, why don't we go ahead and put a second family in the Woodcutter's Lodge and get some more of that going. Everything else, honestly, seems to be looking pretty okay. I just want to make sure we're not too bad here. Communal oven, be fine there. As soon as we get one more family in, we need to build some more burgage plots, though. Oh, there we go. There's that burgage plot. Let's do that. Let's put in residential. See exactly where we want these guys to go. So we have this tree here. I guess it'll get mined. Trees don't get mined. It'll get removed eventually. But we'll put one right here. Then make sure we have some sort of actual connection road-wise. Oh, I didn't know this. Okay. Workplaces allow villagers to use hand carts. Okay. Does it cost money to make roads? Oh, that's what these dots are. Okay. Alright. Alright. That is actually, that's very helpful. So we can actually have this. Look at this. Look at this, man. Look, we got all sorts of good stuff going on in here. We can just make roads go in between all these different spots. All right. Well, consider me impressed. That works. This can just come right out to this road here, and that farmhouse is going to need some some road coming out through the middle of the forest here. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Look at us go. We're getting stuff done, folks. We are getting stuff done. Let's make a... why is that like that? Okay. Yeah, just get stuff all hooked up here. And I think we want to have another one of these come through just like that. Now we got... yeah, we got roads. Take that, Doc Brown. Well, where we're going, we do need roads. Can't fly. So that still says 3 months worth of fuel. I figured that would have gone a little faster. Okay. Now it's going up. Now it says 4 months. It's November. Winter is coming, etc. And they're still insisting on plowing in fall? I didn't think that's when you did that, but hey, what do I know? I don't see anything stored in here. Did we actually make any flour? Doesn't seem like it. Food-wise, got no bread. We got 1 egg. Oh, good. The chickens have borne us some eggs. Meat, and I hope these people like berries, because that's what they've got. That's what they got, is they got berries. But hey, we got roads now. That's super exciting. And we have this burgage plot that is... yep, unoccupied. We got to figure out how to do our wealth, though, so we can have these other people take care of making some more goods for us. See, I just don't know. I don't know how to put this into a specific storage. Like, I feel like it kind of doesn't matter. Generic storage in this building is full. That's log storage. Don't really care about that. Everything else, honestly, seems to be fine. Yep, now we're up to 5 months for fuel, so that's looking really good. Is there any other construction needs? I guess if we really felt like it... oh, we're not making planks. Why are we not making planks? Did I not... oh, I never assigned anyone to the saw pit. Okay. Alright, well, let's do that. Because now we have that extra family. Yeah, let's make some planks so we can make a church, so these people can have that need taken care of. Clothing stall. We don't have linen, leather, or yarn, or any of that stuff. And here comes the snow. So it's wintertime. Hopefully we're set up to have these guys survive. Got 10 planks. 15. The church, I think, takes 20. Yes, it does. Fulfills level 1 of faith for the burgage plots. Provides hallowed ground for burial of the dead. Okay. Access to herbs. Now, how do I get access to herbs? Let's slow this back down. I got 20, looks like 20 planks. Oh, that's a big plot. Hold on. Okay, so we have to decide where the church is going to go. I didn't think this was going to be a this is going to be a big thing to put anywhere. And it seems like I may have been lacking. I guess we'll put the church right about here. So that'll be the stone will get used from right there. But we want them to have access to that. We've got stone deposits here, so that's fine. And then iron deposits as well. But now we don't have any more burgage plots. We got to get that sorted out. And we got to get I'm going to take one of the families out of the woodcutter's lodge, and I'm going to put them in the forester's hut so we can have some trees planted, because we're going to be in trouble if we keep cutting down every single one of these trees. Yeah, we want to make sure we're not doing that. Generic storage is full. Well, stop it. Have you ever considered not doing that? Let's take a look at this church construction. I guess we'll come in from the front here. Get these guys in here to drag the logs in. Watch how this building gets built. I love like the little fence pickets laying down on the ground there. Just visually, this game is fantastic. So nobody's complaining, right? I think everything's fine. We're at 62% approval-ish. Public order, 100%. Well, that's good to see for now, at least. Yeah, I guess all we can do now is just wait for this church to get built and see what else we can accomplish. I think we're going to want to put in some more burgage plots here in a minute as well. Oh, okay, they got to grab a whole bunch of stuff. No wonder this is taking forever. It's just the one family doing all the construction by themselves. Well, the logs are all here, which means hopefully we'll get the planks and the stone in. And then we can see this building go up maybe before the end of winter. Yeah, they're grabbing everything by hand. So while they're doing that, let's set out a couple more burgage plots. I think. Now, is this going to give us extra space in the back? No, it's got to be further out. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. Ah, I don't have the logs. Or so it says. Well. We'll just have to wait for those logs to show up. I'll just leave that dialogue up because I want to see him build this. How many logs does it say? It says I have 29 timber. Why can't I do this? The world may never know. Is it caught on something? I genuinely do not know why it's not letting me do this. Well, I guess maybe it intersected with something it wasn't supposed to. I don't know, but let's back this off from the road. Well, maybe not from here. It's like I feel like okay, there it goes. No, there it goes again. There it goes again. It's not going to let me do it. Yeah, I have all the timber, so I don't really understand what the deal is with that. All right, are they still waiting on stone? Well, winter's almost over. And we survived just fine. We didn't get to see the church get built. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, piece by piece construction once again. Really, really nice looking game. Should be just about done. Oh, they got to put the fence up. That's right. All right, cool. So we'll take that out of turbo speed. And now they've got a church, and I guess we can employ someone to be the grave digger in the churchyard here. Yeah, not a bad start, I don't think. That is pretty spiffy. Now, I wish I could get this to let me build additional burgage plots here. I don't really know exactly what's happening with that. Okay, now, but as soon as I do this, it's like it's not, oh, this is cool. That is pretty nifty there. I guess it doesn't want me to, doesn't want to let me succeed there, huh? Now, if I do this... Okay, same story. So that's, I don't know, something going on with that. We've got some sort of textural glitch right here. But otherwise, you know, stuff's looking pretty good. I don't know that we really have that much to be unhappy with. It seems our temporary storage has mostly gone away. This hitching post probably should be moved. Let's see. Where was that going to be under? Was that under farming? No, was it under logistics? Yes. Yeah, it was going to be under logistics. So let's actually move this. Let's move that there. They'll build that hitching post, and then we can get rid of this one. And maybe put some more burgage plots or some other important town building in there. But pretty soon we should see the rest of this snow melt away, and that means we'll have survived our first year, and that means this episode will be at its end. Yeah, get that hitching post put in, folks. Let's go. There they go. Finishing touches there. This now means... Ah, see, okay, this is where I can upgrade. Ah, haha. I gotta have the wealth from trading. So maybe that's something... Maybe that's something we could do next time around. But if I get rid of this, is it going to move? Oh, I can I can just relocate. Okay, well that's good to know. How do I get this ox to another? Maybe if I just get rid of it while it's out. There we go. So now I got all this space here. That's looking good. We've got fuel for 9 months. So to me that says we'll have some more families come over here and do this wheat field. Because I wish I could plow with an ox, but I don't have the spare animals to do it. It's probably some sort of thing I have to research too. But yeah, looking at the rest of this, got to figure out what's going to go here. Probably makes the most sense to do some of these industrial buildings. Yeah, that a lot of people are going to get into. I don't know why I can't build... Couldn't build any more of these burgage plots. See, this just does not make sense to me why this doesn't let me yeah, see, it's like it doesn't want to let me pop this in here. Like if I do some weird shape, it'll let me do that. Maybe it just doesn't want them connected in the back. That might actually be what the issue is, if we leave a little bit of space. See, it'll let me do that just fine. That's very strange. It's like, why... Yeah, see, it's just something about that specifically that it really doesn't like. Well, I guess for right now, if I just do 2 there, that's a good start. Then maybe I can convince it... No, not like that. Huh. Okay, so that works. I can just build 5 more like that. I just didn't want to do it the way I was doing it before. All right. So there you have it, folks. I mean, we're pretty much made it through the first year. I'm imagining it might have some sort of pop-up at the change of the year. Maybe, maybe not. Oh, there it is. Spring year 2. And the church bells. I don't know why they're church belling. Maybe that's just what it does. What's written on the door? Oh no, that's just ironwork. Okay. Yeah, we managed to survive our first year, and we're doing pretty well. Lots of cool stuff in this game. I can't wait to get further into it. So I'm very curious to know your thoughts. Have you played? Actually, no, none of you have played by the time that I'm recording this, but maybe by the time you're watching this, you've played the game. If not, you can check it out tomorrow as the launch of this video. I believe it's on the 26th that the game will be available for purchase. But yeah, always let me know your thoughts. You want to see more of this? I'm going to keep playing it. There's going to be more videos, but what would you like to see? Do you know anything about the game that I've missed? Or do you want to have me check something out or whatever? I always look forward to your input, and I try to make sure that I include as much of it as I can, because, as I always say, it's a Let's Play, not a Watch Me Play, so please do feel free to leave that feedback. And I can't wait to see where we go next with this. Been a real fun one. I appreciate the support as always, Beard Boosters especially, for all of your contributions that make it possible to take a risk and try some new games that aren't beavers. We've had a lot of fun with most of the ones that we've tried so far, and we got plenty more coming. But that's all I've got. We made it through year 1, and next time we're going to check out what's in store for year 2. So whatever it is you're doing with the rest of your day, stay safe, have fun, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.